The shift that's happening on Earth today is a shift of consciousness. The first measurable evidence of this shift appeared in 1964, when surveys of the American public showed a 4% statistically insignificant group of people who didn't fit into either of the two mainstream demographic categories, the moderns and the traditionals. By the late 1990s, that 4% had become 26% of the population. This emerging group of people was no longer statistically insignificant. In the year 2000, sociologist Paul Ray published his book, The Cultural Creatives, to distinguish this group of people for themselves and for the world, as comprising more than a quarter of the American population. 10 years later, in 2008, a follow-up demographic survey found the numbers of cultural creatives had climbed to 38% in the Western world. It's now 2011. How much higher toward the majority 51% mark has this demographic now climbed? It's clear a dramatic shift of amazing proportions is underway on Earth. Similar shifts have happened 3 times before in human history. The first transformation occurred when humanity awakened 35,000 years ago. The birth of human culture was recorded in the archaeological record of stone tools, burial sites, and cave arts. The second time our view of reality and human identity changed was 10,000 years ago, when humans shifted from a nomadic life as hunter-gatherers and began to settle in villages and farms. The third great perceptual paradigm shift was 400 years ago, following the scientific revolution with the birth of the industrial era. The difference today is that the previous shifts happened gradually over hundreds of years. The shift today is occurring over a single generation. Each time humanity's prevailing paradigm has changed, all aspects of life have changed with it, including the work people do, the ways they live together, how they relate to each other, how they see their role in society, and their place in the universe. Yet while today's emerging cultural group is quickly becoming the majority, it's happening faster than the world has had time to fully recognize. The new demographic reject the dominant materialist worldview. Their deeply held values include care for the earth and all of life. The new way of life this near majority of people are demanding is being resisted by the entrenched dominant infrastructure of modernity. The current infrastructure of society and civilization is in the hands of individuals and institutions who espouse the mainstream demographic of modernity, the dominant worldview in the Western world. Modernity is the voice of politics, media, corporations, healthcare, the economy. Since everything looks the same in the physical world, business as usual, it appears modernity is still the majority culture. But it's not. It's only appearances. The shift that's occurring is a shift of consciousness, invisible to the 5 senses. This is the era of the power of consciousness. It's like the story of David and Goliath. The cultural creatives are David. Modernity and all its money and power and infrastructure in the physical realm are Goliath. The infrastructure of modernity is but the shell of an outdated system, a house of cards preparing to fall. Our power is the power of consciousness. This is the age of consciousness. Consciousness has never before been in the ascent in all of recorded history. Don't despair that the world seems to belong to modernity. Like the dinosaurs, its day has passed. The power of consciousness reflected in the interior worlds of the hundreds of millions of people who are awakening today is rising to the fore. Stay tuned for more from the Planetary Transformation Project.